All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to BayernNow, the ultimate Bayern Munich fan channel. I'm here with Clarence, and he has an amazing channel. He just started. So go on over to his channel, subscribe if you want Bayern Munich content. But Clarence, we're here to talk about transfers because that's what people find the most interesting, especially when we're in the transfer window. I know a lot of people are disappointed, especially that watch the channel, are disappointed that we didn't go ahead and get Kai Havertz. I just want to know your thoughts on that because he's a player that I actually wanted.
Same. First of all, servus, and
I also didn't want Kai. I thought you were one of those people who wasn't really.
I mean, looking
never really heard your
long
opinion.
term, looking long term, Kai Havertz would be a very good player for Bayern, but right now Müller's in a very good form,
Right.
and I don't see his form dipping anytime soon.
Right.
And 100 million, or Chelsea are finding him for 80, I think.
Right.
That's a lot of money, and I don't know if Bayern were ready to pay that and the wages.
Right.
He's a fantastic player, you can't deny that, but
Right.
right now it's probably not the best time for him to sign for Bayern.
Exactly.
And maybe perhaps we will see him in the future at Bayern, but right now it's a bit complicated, even with Müller in a very good form.
But just something I gotta point out. I gotta point this out. You sound exactly like Karl-Heinz Rummenigge. Has anyone ever told you that? You sound exactly like him. I mean, you articulate your sentences exactly how he does them. I don't think you've heard him speak in English. You sound exactly like him. That's just something that I noticed. But right, so you're saying he's gonna cost all that money, So let's just say the pandemic never happened. We don't know what Corona is. Do you think Bayern would have gone in for him and signed him for that high of a fee? Because we were linked to him very, very high. I mean, Chelsea were getting a free run at him because no one else has the money. So would we have signed him if we didn't have the money?
Definitely. I think if we had the money and the virus didn't came, I think we would have signed him. Yeah, definitely.
Okay. All right. So Dominic Szoboszlai is a player that, a lot of people, I think there's a whole community of Bayern fans, even people that watch the videos, they're Dominic Szoboszlai sexuals. They think he's the one guy that I don't know. This guy is so creative. He created a whole, just array of Bayern fans that want him without even Bayern being linked to him. But is this someone that you've looked at, or haven't you looked at
him? I heard of the Bayern fans that created fan accounts of him or changed their profile pics. But I'm not such a big fan of him right now. I think his preference are maybe game time and not a strong league or a strong team. I think a lower team in the Bundesliga or decent team in the Bundesliga would suit him better, like Gladbach, for example. And Bayern wouldn't be the right place for him right now, even with Müller being in top form. And I don't think.
Right. I get that. So you're saying his preference would be game time. Maybe that's the same thing with Kai Havertz. Maybe it is. That's maybe why Karl-Heinz Rummenigge just said Bayern wouldn't bid for him this year, but would probably go in for him next year. Maybe that's why the whole game time situation. But I was thinking about this, and a lot of people have been pointing this out to me. I didn't think about it until someone said we have 5 players that are going to be in our attackers. And when I say that, I mean first teamers for 4 positions. So Serge Gnabry, Kingsley Coman, Leroy Sané, Thomas Müller, Robert Lewandowski. And then who's Lewandowski's backup? You could say Zirkzee. He's Lewandowski's backup. And so many people have been raising concerns for me that, okay, we don't have a backup right back, but most importantly, we don't have depth outside of our squad, and being versatile isn't enough. We're one of the most versatile teams in Europe where players can pretty much play anywhere they want. But they're saying that that's maybe not enough, especially when you're getting into March and April, where it's a very, busy time, especially with the knockout games if Bayern get through the group stages. So how many players and in what positions would you like to see Bayern go in for?
It's very difficult, especially with the times of Corona.
Right.
We have young players. I think we will have 4 wingers: Gnabry, Sané, Coman, and Batista Maya, because we are planning with him according to Kicker and some other
Hans is planning with everyone. Hansi might,
we don't have that
yeah,
much money for other players,
might as
so
well
we have
just
to
open up
use
a wedding planning, event planning company, because he's planning with everyone. I think
yeah.
just I don't know. I'm just hearing a youngster Hansi's planning with him. I'm like, Hansi, how are you gonna fit him in with all these other players? But so Batista Maya, 4th choice winger. I have a problem with that personally, because I feel like 4th choice for Bayern means you're going to play at least 10 games or start 10 games, because we pick up so many injuries. And I don't feel like putting them in right away. Loans are always so important, but there are players, so many young players over the years that are just went through. They didn't need to go out on loan, but many of them need to go out on loan. So that's why I'm not exactly on that situation where I'm but I do understand your point. So right back, we do need a backup right back, or
Obviously, yes.
Yeah. Who would that be for you? Max Aarons or Gino Dest? Some people are saying Ricardo Pereira. Who would be
those 2? Max Aarons, I think, and Dest are very interesting. Dest is, I think, more skillful on the ball and can offer more offensively.
Right.
I think Aarons is more the defensive choice. Like Pavard, he's defensively stronger than maybe Kimmich,
Right.
but Kimmich is offensively stronger. So we will have to see. Let Bratzo do his work, but this would be a nice player for Bayern. Aarons, I haven't seen much of him, to be honest.
Yeah, he needs to pull up the Mafia PowerPoint presentations, because we need these players. Right. Apparently, so I've been watching. I watched a few Norwich games where Aarons plays. I would say he's more the balanced option. He has the defensive abilities. I think there's this misconception that if you're great going forward, you can't defend. So many people think Kimmich is crap defensively. He's not. He pocketed Mane. Mane's still trying to crawl his way out of his little pocket. But seriously, I just think that Aarons is, very well balanced. So, I mean, Pavard, you said his defensive. He lacks some things, some qualities attacking wise. I think so too. So would you go with Sergino Dest, who can attack but maybe suspect defensively, or would you go for Aarons, who is kind of a mix between Pavard and he's not as saucy, but would you go for that or just go for the offensive one?
I mean, crossing and shooting you can always improve, but the talent of vision and position play is you have to be a natural talent for that. And I think if we want to improve Aarons, then it would be the easier choice than Dest. And Dest lately has been a bit suspicious with his Barca jersey in his story.
Yeah, I'm not sure about it. I mean, how is he saying that he likes the fact that he's worth 20, 30 million and he wants to be one of the most expensive fullbacks of all time?
I mean,
no.
That's ambitious, but you can't really say that in public.
Right. I mean, it's something, maybe the attitude, but I always thought Aarons was the type of person to put his head down and work through a game. And, the one thing I like about Bayern is we like to reach for the best of the best. And each player has to have something special about them. And every single player in that squad has something that they know they can do. So with Aarons, him coming in, or even Dest, actually, because Ajax isn't really at the level Bayern is at, or their league in general. Do you think any of them, or who would probably fit in immediately? Because that's something I want to know. Who would come in and just almost fit like a glove mentally?
Mentally, I think Aaron seems more humble, but I didn't see much of him, interviews or so on. But what I've seen from Dest, he's still a bit how do you say it?
Unprepared?
Yeah, he talks too much for his age,
Arrogant?
Yeah.
Right.
Not arrogant, but he should shut his mouth sometimes.
Right. Talkative too. Right. Yeah. Like a Timo Werner. I feel like he's going to be twerking for Barcelona for 5 years. He's going to be trying to run down his contract and get it. I feel weird with him though, but I do understand, the Aaron's thing. So winger, would you actually buy a backup striker, backup winger, or anyone? Actually, would you buy an attacker? Because you said Oliver Batista Maya will just come in. Would you buy a backup in any of the positions?
I mean, if we look at it, we only have backups as young players, and I don't think, for example, if Lewandowski gets injured, it would be difficult for Zirkzee to play like 20 games, for example. If Lewandowski has a serious injury, that could either make a talent or break a talent, depends on their mentality, and I don't think he's that much ready. I definitely think we should go for a backup or loan Zirkzee, but we need some experience, more experience.
Right. I'm all about experience, so keep Perisic. Wait, you keep Perisic? That was
Perisic. I don't rate him that much, but he's doing a solid job.
So crap. I mean, yeah, he's doing a solid job.
He's working, but I don't think that's his Bayern level. But and his wages are high, so
yeah, high wages. I think it was a Kovac thing, one of those terrorist players that he likes.
Yeah.
Those Vogues and those signings. Nah, it's a Kovac. I definitely see Kovac all over him. I mean, coincidentally, Lucas Hernandez too. Is that warrior on the pitch? Kovac likes those types of players that will break their wall for their heads for a clean sheet. And also on Lucas Hernandez, there's a little bit of a so many people are saying he flopped. I said, you know what, give him time. I think 2 seasons is enough. He's 23. Of course, he costs 80 million, but you're buying a decade worth of a player where you don't need to be, buying a new player. Do you think Lucas can come into himself next season and actually get into that first team?
Definitely. He's had his first interview in German, so he's integrating into the team. And if he stays injury-free,
the easiest language ever. See, look, all I said was, I just said what you just said, especially except in German. I'm the best German speaker ever. I can read German. Spielrichter. Referee. See, easiest word ever.
But I definitely think that Hernandez will succeed at Bayern if he gets the game time and trust. But we have to see if Alaba stays. It's way more difficult for him to get game time. But we have a lot of games next season in a short time. I definitely think we will rotate a lot. And
it's almost like 3 games a week, pretty much.
Yeah, since until December, I think.
Right. And then, that's going to be ludicrous. Wait, when is the Champions League final? Is it going to be, not that we're in the 2021 final, but I'm talking about, is it going to all be pushed back? Are we going to have a 2-month hiatus with the knockout rounds beginning? Because usually the group stages end in December, and then it's, 2 months, or November, or 2 months out. And then there's in February, that's when the knockouts begin. So is it going to be like pushed back for the Euros?
I don't know. I'm not that in, but the schedule is very complicated.
I don't know that. Right. It's complicated. All right. So I wanted to ask you this because I watched a video and I didn't like what you said about my boy, Alexander, the great new boy. I don't like that. So he's, for me, one of the best young goalkeepers. He's going to be the best goalkeeper of all time. Seriously. See what people don't understand about Nubel is not only is he the best backup in the world, he can also be the best number 1 in the world. What's the thing with Nubel? I want to understand that. Just pick your brains a little bit.
Man, I have a lot of Schalke fans, and they watched him, and he was shocking.
Of course he was shocking. Yeah. So was Neuer. So was Goretzka.
But Neuer at Schalke was on another level.
As long as they come to Bayern, they're shocking. They're crap. You know, they didn't even pay him enough money. I would be shocking too. You see it? Did you see the car he was driving? I would have crap. That car. They're not paying him enough money to be getting them clean sheets on a consistent basis. What are these Schalke fans talking about? They were going to get relegated before my boy Nubel came in. That's the situation. So, have you changed your mind now? Now you love Nubel?
Not really.
All right, but in the future, do you at least see? Well, actually, who would you get as a goalkeeper? Who would you have gotten?
I mean,
exactly no, because he's the best goalkeeper in the world right now. Young goalkeeper in the world, best under 24 goalkeeper of all time.
I mean, Neuer has still time. Like goalkeepers age very slowly, and we don't know which talents are gonna come in the next 3 or 4 years, or how players develop. And maybe there are some better players out there, or maybe Nubel surprises me and becomes a great keeper. But we will see.
Can refer to this video when he saves us in the Champions League semifinals, and we get through the final and bottle it. People can refer to this video for exactly that. Me saying Alexander Nubel will be the best goalkeeper in the world. All right. I mean, I just wanted to talk. That wasn't even on the agenda. I just watched your video the other day, and I didn't like that. I didn't like what you said about Nubel. All right, Tanguy Kausi, looking very, very clean. You said, so you have something to say. What do you think about him?
I rate him highly because
me too.
If Tuchel cries about him in a press conference, then you lost a very good talent.
Right.
And he had like 7 or 8 games for Paris.
Starting. He was their best center back. He pushed Thiago, old Grandpa Silva out of the team. He pushed him out because he was
I think he will get a lot of game time because he can play as a central back and as a DM. And with that schedule being very thin, and our squad probably not being that big for next season.
Right.
If we sign someone. If we don't,
I watch his highlights, man. This guy's orgasmatic. As I don't know if that's a word. That's not a word. Orgasmatic. The way he plays, he moves. He's so beautiful to watch play. Not that he's beautiful of course, all our players are beautiful. I'm just saying.
Yeah, we are handsome, man.
Yeah. No, not like that. Like the way he plays is beautiful. Like
I understand.
Right. Like when you see Bastian Schweinsteiger play, you're like, oh, that's beautiful. Or Thiago play, that's beautiful. Speaking of Thiago, what would you do? There's been so many people that are saying, you know what? He's leaving us like this. He's throwing the club he's sabotaging the club, etc. And then Liverpool, they don't even look like the club that want him. All the sources coming out saying he's old. He's ugly. Where do you see Thiago
going? First of all, I was talking a bit shit about Thiago lately, but if I'm honest, he's a fantastic player, and losing him would be very, very bad for us. And
if he leaves us, he's the next Mario Götze to me. Like, that's the level he'll be at. The same way if Kai Havertz goes to Chelsea, he's Max Meyer to me. Like, he's nothing to me. These players will just become crap overnight in my head because I would just have this bias that they're crap just because Timo Werner is the next Morata to me right now. Not that I wanted him, but he is.
I understand.
Believe
but salty.
Right, I am salty. I'm salty that we're losing. For me, our best midfielder. I don't care. Of course, I love Kimmich, but Thiago's our best midfielder on the pitch. This guy could turn anything. He's moving like German engineered Viagra on the pitch. Yeah, he's absolutely amazing. Just losing him will be a big miss. What do you think? Where do you think he's going? And are you happy with him?
Happy that he's leaving?
Or are you happy with what he's doing to the club?
If you said that like 2 years ago, where we went out consistently, or last year, I would have understand that he wants to leave and for something new. But right now, I don't see a better option for him We are in a top form. We have a very good squad for next year.
Exactly. Yeah.
Liverpool don't seem that much interested, and but who knows? Maybe there are, and that's just press talk. But apart from Liverpool, I don't see a better squad right now in Europe than Bayern. And Bayern has a very good project.
Right. And there's something building. I mean, he could really win himself 10 UCLs in a row. All right. So going on, I do have something to ask. I think I read a tweet. Did you say something bad about Alaba? Or actually, everyone did. Alaba, he's the man.
Yeah, I tweeted I lost a bit of respect for Alaba.
Right. I think I did too, because if you've been at the club for as long as you have, I expect you to treat the club in a different way. If Thiago is treating the club like this, I get it. But Alaba's been here since he was like 15 or 16. He's been here for almost half his life. So, the way I see it, I just want players to treat this club with the respect that it deserves. And what Alaba's demanding is pretty ludicrous, because that's what Lewandowski's on. What do you think about that?
He had his first world-class season since 2013 or 14.
Right.
And since that, he was a bit crap or not on his level. Oh. And since he moved to central back, he's on a very, very good level, maybe world-class, if he continues like that. And
best center back of all time. Yeah,
but 20 million, that's a lot of money.
Right, that's a lot of money. That's Lewandowski's money. But is Alaba more important than Lewandowski? That's kind of where my argument is coming from. He's not. If we sell Alaba, we can just bring Lucas in. If we sell Lewandowski, we're getting relegated to the Europa League next season.
Yeah.
Not that. Okay.
Yeah, I get your point. We can sign another one, but Lewandowski is way, way more important than Alaba.
Right. So 20 million a year, that's just not something that you and I would want to do unless he budges and goes to like 16 or 10 million a year.
I personally think that the 20 million are just
ludicrous
talks, from the agent. Like the agent wants to
salary, like newspaper talk. Right.
Like it was with Müller, I think. He also demanded a lot of money, like 18 or 20 million, and they met each other at 15 million. And I think if he stays, we will meet at probably 18 or 17 million.
Yeah, you must be wondering, why am I celebrating? Well, my mom came back from where she was. Now I can take the car and go buy things to make shrimp fried rice. That's why I just got excited there. So now this thing can be shorter. Now I can cook. I've been reading these recipes, man, getting better at cooking, because one day I'm going to move out of this house. When I say one day, it's going to be next year. And I need to know how to cook. So on Niklas, the Champions League, you know what? I'm confident. But like I said before we started recording, I don't want complacency. It could be something that really damages us. But where do you see us in the Champions League right now? How, actually, don't even tell me your predictions like, oh, we can do well. I want to see how you'd see it play out. If we win, not if we lose, or let's say we win the Champions League. How do you see that playing out? How do we play on the pitch? How do we get these things? How do the players play? There we go.
First of all, I think there might be a change in Alaba's or Thiago's head that they might extend. Thiago perhaps maybe not, but
right.
Alaba definitely.
Hold on. Before you continue, I said it stupidly. I said it on a Liverpool thing that if we win the Champions League, Thiago might stay, and all these Liverpool fans came at me. But I think, what if Thiago's like, dang, I see the potential in this team. They just won the Champions League. I want to keep doing this, and he just stays.
I mean, there are two options. Either this, or he says, yeah, that's my final year at Bayern. I won the Champions League. Now I want something new. It's his choice. I can't predict his choice, but I hope he stays, obviously.
Right. Very, very annoying. So, to basically wrap up, like I said, where do you see Bayern's chances in the Champions League?
Before Corona,
do we get slapped up, or what happens?
I I think the semifinal is reachable, definitely. Then we might face City or Juve, I think, and other teams.
Right.
And City will be very difficult if we get City. And
I'm actually more scared of Real Madrid than I am of City.
Really?
Yeah. Have you seen what Zidane's back? They conceded only 19 goals this season. Zidane has this vintage Real Madrid. Yeah, I'm scared. I feel like I want City to get through. Like that's kind of where my head is.
I want Real Madrid to go through, by the way.
You see that? I don't know. I always feel like Pep will come in, want to gegenpress us, and we just hit him on the counterattack because Hansi's pretty flexible tactically, and that's how we could beat City. Not saying we will, but that's how we could beat City. But with Real Madrid, they have this BS mentality. They'll just get a VAR decision, a penalty, and we're dead. We're dead.
See? Yeah, okay, I get you. And it's only a one-leg game, so
right. You can't change it. You can't flip the deficit.
You might be right. Yeah, but I think City is very scary for me.
Yeah, I can't imagine De Bruyne. Yeah, I don't want to imagine no, I don't want to imagine Boateng doing this. It's funny how Boateng runs. The way he runs is like he puts his entire energy into one stride, but then he's not moving. Age. I'm sorry. I find it so funny the way you know what I mean. So he puts everything into one stride.
I get you.
Not moving. It's so fun. Yeah. Right. So I can't imagine that happening versus Sterling or nah. Right. So I think the way we that's why I want Niklas back because I'm kind of tired of Boateng. Not that he's bad. I think his recovery pace kind of irritates me. Like he lost a few pounds, but those I don't know. I call him big feet, big mama, because it's the fat. Just I feel like he's not as fast as maybe I'm just biased towards Niklas Süle because his dad's name is George and my name is George. No, it's not that. No one needs to know. It's not that.
Boateng improves massively since Flick took over.
Yeah, but Niklas Süle is Niklas Süle, and you have to play Niklas. He's the best center back in the world.
Niklas Süle didn't play for
and that
300 days.
That just shows his quality. He's the best center back in the world, even when he's not even close to fitness level.
I don't think Flick will risk that right now.
We should sack Flick if he doesn't play Niklas ahead of Boateng. That's just my opinion.
You're gonna get so much hate from that.
Someone's gonna take everything I say too seriously. All right, but I think that's pretty much everything we said. But subscribe to him if you haven't. And all right, where do you live, by the way? Is it München or somewhere else in Germany?
I live in Berlin.
All right. Well, we'll send the assassins to that. But thank you everyone so much for watching. Mia San Mia and peace.
Bye. Servus.
No, yeah, there we go. Service. So actually, is that a German word or is it a Bavarian word? Service.
Bavarian.
All right. Bavarian is like a version of German, right?
Yeah. It's like a dialect.
Okay, it's a dialect.
On accent.
Or is it an accent? Oh. But then where does the service stuff come? Because it should be just German.
But for example, in New York, you speak differently than in Texas,
Right. What's up, y'all? Well, yeah. I get what you mean.
Yeah, you get it. Everyone has their own accent.